Hello, everyone, and welcome to ZSR Main. Today we've got another match of the Link to the Past randomizer survivors of Hyrule tournament. Here in the Rumble stage, got a match between Gammachuu versus GanonsGoneWild. Here, I'm starting with me on or Cow stage, sorry. Our Fear Agent and Wall Kicks. Take it away, you two.
Hello, everybody. This is going to be an exciting race. These are two fantastic runners. I'm Wallkicks. I'm also joined by Mr. Fear Agent. Hello, Fear.
I like the word of Mr. using my proper name. Doing great. Doing great. Excited for this race for a couple of reasons. Two of the best runners in all of ALttPR, like hands down. Like if this was like a main tournament finals, you wouldn't be surprised, right? Like these are just two of the best runners. I'm on GGW's team, so I've got a bit of a rooting interest here as well. So yeah, a lot to be excited for.
Yo, that's pretty awesome. So being on GGW's team, do you know how this matchup needs to stack up? Like in the sense that so Gamma's team and you guys are obviously in the same division. Gamma's team still has you and Ninjembro, I guess, and then it's just GGW for your team.
That's correct. So Ninjembro beat Mr. Ed.
Okay.
This last week, and this is the last race of this week of I think the entire tournament. And if GGW wins, that means we move on and Gamma's team moves on. If Gamma loses, his team still moves on because Ninjembro's there. If Gamma wins, then GGW is going to have to race Mr. Ed for a tiebreaker.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Yep.
Because at that point, then there's only just one team left, and then just the two teams that were remaining. Okay, cool.
Yep. So Gamma has nothing really to play for unless he wants to knock out GGW, which I know that he does because
yep.
I mean, there's nothing better than knocking out your friends, right? Like, it's weird. It's such a weird thing racing your friends where it's like, you're rooting for them most of the time, but the one time you get to play them, you really want to beat them and beat them badly. So it's going to be interesting because Gamma has nothing to play for. Like, literally has nothing to play for. If he wins, nothing changes. If he loses, nothing changes. Yeah. So I think he's going to play pretty aggressive.
I mean, Gamma is not. I don't know if I would say Gamma's aggressive, but Gamma is just a smart runner, and so I don't know if he needs to change that. But when you go up against GGW, you're going up against one of the best non-entrance runners in the world, and right. He's also still an amazing entrance runner. Don't get me wrong, but right. If you watch his casual boot times, he's constantly if you're in the 120 range against GGW, you're like, oh, I've probably lost.
Yeah.
So and this is I think open mode, so a very similar style here.
I know neither one of them wanted open just because of how open it really is. It's so funny to think about, when we first started playing this game, open was what everyone raced, right? It's the mode. And now it's almost like no one wants to race open because of how wildly different it can be for each runner. As we see a pendant hair up there as well from Gammachuu.
Yeah, and I believe Eastern was a 5-6.
Okay. We do have Star doing the tracking for us as well as restreaming, so shout out to her. And this is going to be good. I'm excited to see what happens here.
Yeah, and you talk about just how wild and variant open can be, because again, you don't think of a mode like this as being wild and variant, but with how the runners have, over the years, because you and I have been in the community now for a long time, and we've seen the sort of meta switch. Wow, there's a hammer, of course.
Yeah.
Are you surprised?
Not surprised. Oh, it's a sword.
All right, geez. But yeah, as I was saying, the way runners have transitioned and kind of changed Good Shovel from being very thorough, very kind of full clear to now you take a look at runners nowadays, and a lot of it's the meta is hey, I'm gonna skip the back of pod sometimes.
Yep.
I'm gonna
people are just wildly aggressive in this mode, and I mean it's understandable if you want to. It came from the early rando days of wanting to beat people that are better than you, right? Like you were never going to be able to beat someone like Aerie or Ajneb. Where Andy, you weren't going to out execute them, right? So rando gave you this opportunity to if I don't do as much, then I have a chance to beat them, even though they're better executors. That's open, baby. That's just open in a nutshell now. I think that's why AD keys is kind of so popular, is because it kind of rewards both routing and execution. There's a bit of both.
You definitely see modes that are longer, more sophisticated, kind of become the norm nowadays.
Right. Cross keys is a good example of it. You can still luck into some wins in cross keys, but there's reasons that runners like you go 10-0 in the Regiment's ladder and is still yet to win or lose. So
to be fair to Magno should have won. Sorry,
sure.
Magno.
Sure.
Sorry I asked you, Magno. But
yeah.
Anyways, this seed, GGW did in fact save and quit after doing the forest, and actually went to the front of his game and got his hammer, which is very good for him.
Yes, I thought he might skip the front of escape. I think he's doing this because he knows Gamma is an Uncle Router. Yeah, he did Lost Woods, got no bombs, no money, so you're going to start from Link's house and usually go south, but knowing that Gamma is in fact an Uncle Router and he knows that Gamma's going to get the hammer, he's going to do the front of escape, so play it safe and get that stuff too, I think is pretty smart.
Yep, and one of the things that we might see a little bit in terms of better routing, we'll see how after Kakariko ends, but GGW was able to pick up a bottle, something that Gamma will pick up here, but it might be a little bit of an extra time. Well, no, ignore me.
It's going to work out for Gamma. Yeah, I like everything. It usually works out well for Gamma.
Yeah, although I guess he does have the shovel, and he's not starting. He's not doing like the south. Like I imagine GW's probably gonna approach Kakariko from the south.
Yes, yeah, because since he's already done the north route, basically we're gonna meet up in the middle, right? Like they're gonna one's gonna do Kak from the north, one's gonna do Kak from the south. They're both going to have finished out the front of the castle, and then we're gonna probably do South Shore. So I don't imagine a lot of divergence. We'll see whose route ends up being a little bit faster, but I think it's gonna be pretty close.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, there's not going to be a whole lot of opportunity for divergence right now, unless we pick up some significant stuff in Kakariko that like gives us immediate Dark World or Mountain access to make it a little bit spicier.
All right, so we got a hammer. Looking for Moon Pearl in a glove, and so to change things up, GGW is going to put off Kakariko. So okay,
it's fine because again, I guess for him the plan was to either do South Shore or approach Kakariko from the south. So doing the start at Link's house kind of gives him the opportunity to make maybe a little bit of a last second.
Right. Let's say he gets like glove here, right? Like, and then the Moon Pearls in Kakariko. He can then go immediately into Village of Outcasts. So that could work out.
And like conversely, if Gamma finds say like the flute here in Kakariko, he's gonna be able to probably route this a little bit quicker.
There's Samaria, the fire rod. Okay.
GGW with like a slight attempt at a chest turn. So nothing too crazy so far. GW is going to be a little bit short of Zora money. I can't imagine you're going to see him do any sort of like water walk.
No,
that's
no
another
pearl,
like
no boots.
Portion. Yeah, it seems a little bit foolish this early. Using the hammer to just destroy pots. Like I guess that's faster than like picking it up and throwing them. But like, really.
All right, so there's our glove. So Moon Pearl here in Ice Rod Cave would actually be pretty nice for GGW.
Yeah, definitely. And we also did get a book there, potentially giving us, with the fire rod that GGW has, we could be looking at an early completable desert play.
Yeah, that's possible. Just a heart container.
And you're wondering, if you're Gamma, because obviously Gamma's next route at this point is going to be South Shore. Does he try to do? Does he try to break it up and like maybe skip Ice Rod Cave and do Mini Boulder Cave West? Does he do the dam east and then go back for desert?
Here's one thing I know about these two runners: neither one of them likes to go to the dam. Like, unless they're going to swamp, both of them want to skip the dam. So we'll see we'll see who does it first. Oh no, he forgot that he has.
You're forgetting. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
That can be bad. Yeah.
We'll see what's here. Oh look, it's okay. Well, that other fire source now being in Kakariko, I think much more incentivizes Gamma to head west and leave Ice Rod Cave behind. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does like a mini Mortem Cave West.
Okay, so he does remember this is going to cost him a little bit of time having to go back and forth though.
Yeah,
it's good that he remembers.
He did remember, and this is exactly the kind of thing where like you start thinking about sphere tracking. This is the kind of thing that would have something of significance.
Yep. Digging up just some bombs. Oh, you should have skipped it, GGW. All right, so the big question I think is what does Gamma do? Is he going to do Mini Moldorm Cave to Ice Rod Cave, or is he going to do like what you said, Mini Moldorm Cave to maybe Desert?
I think whatever the choice is, I think he kind of has to go to Mini Moldorm Cave because, obviously you're heading towards Desert. You still don't know if Desert's going to be boots locked, so you want to maximize your potential of being able to clear Desert in one go by doing boots checks. Of course, we're doing Back of Escape first, which makes way more sense because this is quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm laughing at Alison's comment. Memory costing time again.
Yep. That's what happens. All right, Back of Escape for Gammachuu. Let's see what he's got. It's hard to make like wild plays this early into a seed, right? Like we still don't have Dark World access. You're kind of limited in all your Sphere 1 checks.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on.
Nothing. Don't have to worry about Dark Cross, as that's just a key. They have the lamp if they need to get back there. So, all right, Gamma is going to give us our first look at the dam.
Yep. Got to make sure to give him crap about this.
Yeah. Of course, he's heading there, so I'm thinking there's going to be something important. Jim's going to last look at.
No.
Are you incentivized to go to maybe Saha before you go to Desert?
No, like, oh god, that bomb.
Yeah.
It just, because I feel like if you're going just to Saha, you're almost a little bit more tempted to go into Eastern, and I don't know. It's a rough call one way or the other.
What about the mountain? Where are your thoughts on the mountain? Since we did get the lamp and the glove.
I mean, there's not a whole lot we can do in the mountain. I've never adopted the, hey, I'm going up to the mountain just to get the same equip point. Like, I know Gamma and GGW are runners who like to do that.
Yeah.
So, like, it's never something that I've formally adopted. So I personally would probably hold off on it. But, it's definitely a viable play.
Yeah, I think... I mean, if GGW doesn't want to walk out of blindside, right? So I think it's going to be save and quit here. Probably do the Back of Escape like Gamma did. Gamma's going to probably do Ice Rod Cave, and then is he incentivized now to do Zora like it is in Logic? Can't do.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more interesting for Gamma. But like you said, without the Moon Pearl, I mean, it's literally just Zora, and that's always a rough, that's rough because you see something in wow, Gamma's getting bodied by that. I think I was just walking with them. Yeah, I don't know. Gamma might do Zora here.
But they're going to be about, they've done the same checks here, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the dam, so.
Yeah, and I think GGW's probably going to head that way right now, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty close and pretty even as far as checks go, and the timing of it, even with GGW's gaff of missing the shovel up first. But
I mean, Gamma will probably assuming they're both going to Desert. Nope, Gamma's going to go to the mountain. He wants that save and quit point.
Yeah, I like that. I think the glove and the lamp kind of lead you that direction. I hate early book because it always like tricks you into thinking like, oh, the
desert's going to be the answer.
Gonna be and then it's not. You just immediately get like locked out with a map, and you took that entire trip over there. It kind of stinks.
Yeah, and you're definitely right that it leads more to the mountain because it is glove lamp. If it was just the fire rod, then obviously you'd lean much more closer to the desert. But having that lamp, you're right, does I would say indicate more towards the mountain, especially since the fire rod is also readily available.
I mean, picking up the shield. That's interesting. Yeah, I think I like Gamma's spot here a little bit better, but we'll see. Like, if let's say the boots are over here or something big is over here, and the Moon Pearl's on the old man, Gamma is not coming here for a while, right? Like he's not incentivized to come back this direction. Gamma's playing regular. Like I haven't seen him do anything silly. Like even checking Lumberjack without the boots as he makes his way up there. It just feels like natural play. So it feels like Gamma's just going to play normal. Hook shot. That's a nice one.
Shot. Yep.
Now you're incentivized to go to do desert because you're here, but it's like that hook shot says like let's just go to the mountain, right?
Yeah, I was like that hook shot is like it's like I wonder if Gamma's gonna be like, all right, I'm just gonna go to the mountain now.
Yeah, with the save and quit point, he's gonna be able to do all these checks,
and then like just save and quit. This is why having a save and quit point is good. Like. You know, Gamma is giving himself options, and that's kind of what you want a little bit kind of early on in a rando seed, I would say.
What do you think? Desert going to be locked out, or are we going to be able to do it?
I think we're going to be locked out.
Yeah, I
think this hook shot is going to, you know, obviously give us much more access to East of Mountain. We now have access to Hera. Like I think we're locked out here.
And there it is. There's the map.
Yep.
All right. So GGW, I think, is probably going to do the same thing now with the hook shot and the logical access to the mountain. You're just going to find the Moon Pearl probably in Hera, right?
Yeah. Hera, Paradox Cave. You know, I think this is, I don't want to say a linear start so far, but, you know, the items are leading the way currently.
Yeah.
And the way Gamma is approaching this, I kind of like it as well. Because in Gamma's mind, you know, there's a more significant chance of desert being clearable because he doesn't have the hook shot yet.
Right.
And now that he knows it's boots locked, he can just do what he's doing now, which is walk out of desert right, drop down, and save and quit after getting the hook shot. Yeah.
Neither one of them are going to check Spec Rock, right?
No.
Gamma had, you know, just saved and quit after rescuing the old man, which is pretty standard for him. I imagine GGW is just going to rescue the old man and then head immediately to east.
Yep, that seems to be the way to go. And plus, with the ability to clear Hera, you know, you probably just jump down right afterwards. Especially since by then you probably have our Moon Pearl, which means you have Darkwood access, and Spike Cave is very easy to take care of.
But look how close the runners are, right? Like Gamma's saving and quitting, walking out of old man. GGW's just turning him in. I mean, through all of it, through the way both of them routed and the differences, they're on the same screen. You know, Gamma's up a ladder climb.
Yeah, I was like 15 minutes in, and we are 6 seconds apart currently.
Yeah, and there it is. Both of them skipping the Spec Rock.
So once, assuming we find Moon Pearl, where do you think you go Dark World start?
I think with the Fire Rod, I'm incentivized to go Skullwood. So we don't know the pendants and crystals. I think I like starting there.
I think that's pretty good. I think if we do get the Moon Pearl up here, we will have the benefit, since we'll do Spike Cave, we will be able to do a map check before we have to make the decision to start, you know, Village or High Beef.
Yeah, possibility. Okay, hair is a pendant, so maybe just skip it altogether. I don't know.
I mean,
it's 2 items.
It's a hard call.
I mean, with that, once you have the Moon Pearl, it's like now I'm way less incentivized to get over there.
Yes, I was gonna say, like, because if you're still looking for the Moon Pearl, you kind of have to go into Hera.
Yeah. Would it be crazy just to save and quit now out of Paradox and just skip?
That would be pretty wild.
Spiral.
Because like you're skipping Spiral, you're skipping Hera, you're skipping.
Did Gamma miss the bomb jump?
I wonder if he picked up an item, because if you if one of the mini mold arms drops something and you pick it up before it hits the ground, there's that bomb is going to take you somewhere crazy.
Oh wow, GGW is going to. Well, he's at least going to check the book, right? You got the other sword. Yeah, you got the tablet. You got. And
I think we dip in for the first 2.
Yeah,
like
I agree with that. If you're walking all the way over here, at least check.
He does skip Spiral Cave, which is what we're seeing Gamma do right now.
Is he gonna peek the Spec Rock item?
Yep.
Okay. So at this point, you could do inside Spec Rock. All right, Spiral is nothing, so Spiral skippers are rejoicing.
Mm-hmm. And Gamma saying goodbye to Hera.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I think seeing the one item there, I think
you're
you
out,
leave.
right? Yeah.
I don't even think you bother seeing if it's like the
right.
big key or small key. Like, you're
it
done.
Doesn't matter. It has no bearings whatsoever.
Yep.
Gamma going
hype.
I don't know. Like it's weird because he's always told me like this is the wrong route. So to watch him do this route is always interesting, especially when you have. Oh, there's a free sword. Look at that.
Free sword. Oh my god.
All right.
I saw green pendant pod and pendant mire, and I think ice was our other 5/6.
So immediately you rush pod for all the progression, right?
Obviously.
yeah.
Without the bow too, no less. Just get your bow in bow.
Yeah.
Pod.
Yeah. There's our flippers. Just gonna set up for Spike Cave here, or what? What is he doing? Yeah, I guess we got a way to do Spike Cave with that.
He's got the magic too. Like
right.
I think he'll be fine.
What's in the bottle? A potion, red potion, I think.
Yeah. Red potion.
Look for some fairies.
And quit.
He got the He got the flipper, so I guess he's gonna do flipper checks.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a really long map check. Heck.
So this sword advantage is not insignificant. Like,
yeah.
You know, when does Gamma decide to come back for that? Because unless Mitz are in Spike Cave, you know, Gamma really has no reason to ever come back to this area.
Yeah. From Hobo, nothing in Spike Cave, and we saw Spiral from Gamma, so nothing there. Which GGW isolated, and it's like, you know, you got.
He's okay with that.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks like he's going to go the more traditional route of what we thought at least would be the traditional route. And that's heading over to Skullwoods. I mean, he's got Tempered Sword now too, so it's like a free moth fight.
Yeah, and plus, kind of as we mentioned, because he was able to do Spike Cave, he did map check before having to make that decision. And so seeing that he has Crystal Skull, Crystal Thieves, I think that's a pretty obvious call. Yeah.
Yeah, so now he gets to do Skullwoods and then just route it south, go to Thievestown, finish that off, and then ended up with Hype Cave. You might even, you know, find the mirror at that point when he gets to Hype Cave, and then you got a swamp and just kind of go right to there.
Yeah, I mean it's a very nice route. It feels a little like, I don't want to say it feels a little bad, but sometimes you're like, oh man, this is a long trek because you're doing so much of Dark World all in one swing. But you're being efficient, you're being thorough about it.
Yeah, GGW getting a nice magic drop there as he goes into Skullwoods. Nice refiller as he's just gonna head straight to the back. He'll do the the vanilla big key chest first, but these water checks not getting Gamma anything but a heart container. Really, I don't see anything else that he picked up.
Yeah, there was nothing else there. It looks like now we're gonna, you know, basically be following in GW's footsteps. So, you know, Gamma choosing to be a little bit more aggressive with following the items a little bit. You know, we saw him save and quit after Hype Cave with the flippers and just go straight to flipper checks. Unfortunately, not paying out.
Oh, that's real nice in Skullwoods. Get that first item right there.
Oh yeah. Because, you know, Mothula can't have a small key, so, you know, usually if there's an item, Mothula tends to have that item or something that leads the item, like the big key.
Yep.
So, you know, maybe if you're in GGWs, or at least, and maybe in this seed, you have the opportunity to just skip the front entirely.
Yeah. Do you think either one of them skips Bumper Ledge?
Maybe.
Gamma's never skipped Bumper Ledge and haven't tossed him, right?
Never,
right? That's never happened. Not twice against GGW, right?
Of course, you got to harken back to their co-op team name, and Gamma's not even going for.
Wow, skipping out on Skullwoods. That's a little surprising, isn't it?
It's, I mean,
Like,
what he's doing is he's
what's he looking for?
I mean, he is creating potential isolations here and there, because like with Hype Cave already done, you know, the rest of South Darkwood at this point for him is Dig Game Stumpy, which isn't a lot. So he might be choosing to head north here.
Okay.
Doing Thieves Town North to maybe he is going to check Bumper Cave. Like, we might be seeing that.
All right. Does Moth have our second item? It does not. The map.
First crystal to GGW.
Yeah. I don't love the Skullwood skip from.
I don't either. Because I mean, again, and this is just the thoroughness of the kind of runner that I like to play. You know, Gamma is leaving himself holes. You know, he's leaving himself places to be burned.
Is it one of our 5-6? No, what's our 5-6? Do we have those?
It was Ice and Eastern.
Oh, okay.
Again, shout out to our tracker Star for that. Also, giving us our receipt.
So GGW didn't go under the bridge. Does that mean he knows that it has to be a key or something?
There's nothing to indicate that would be a key. Like,
he's just like, let's just pretend it's.
He's just like, let's just pretend.
Okay. Hey, it worked out.
Never punished.
There's a second item.
So it turns out it was a key. Well,
this, you know, GGW is one of those guys that it just makes calculated decisions that don't always work out for him, right? But he does end up saving a lot more time, a majority of the time, when he plays those odds. And I think because he does that he doesn't just skip stuff just to skip stuff, you know, like he's calculating the odds in his mind, like, is it worth it, the time to take this check, or, you know, which it probably has nothing, right? Like, he still has a bunch of checks in the front. It works out.
And he doesn't take so many of them that it's like, okay, eventually he's going to get burned by it.
Right.
You see a lot of runners who, you know, can play with the aggressive and like, hey, I'm going to skip X, I'm going to skip X, I'm going to skip Y. But like, you see them do that 10 times in a seed, and then suddenly they wonder maybe why they have lost because it has located something.
Right.
We do get a cave.
Right, which Gamma hasn't checked the bumper ledge yet, so no. I imagine that's gonna be one of the first things he does after picking that up.
Yep, but we did see on GGW side that it was nothing. So your talk of Pendant Pod having the answer might be true here.
Yeah. We've got Graveyard or Dig Game and Stumpy, and then whatever's left in Thieves Town.
Yep, plus
Saha.
And then, Saha Eastern. So it's the answer at this point is likely over in that area.
What's gonna be next? Probably the Mitts.
The Mitts feel like our next progression. Although with the flippers in hand, you know, the mirror giving us swamp access is also on the table. I think one of those two is our next big item of progression.
Yeah. All right. So still opening items in Thieves Town. I haven't really been paying attention to what's been opened in Thieves Town. Nothing has popped out.
Yeah. No. Their trackers are still the same. It's always good to know when you're like, oh, what was in here? Well, I don't remember. So it's gotta be nothing if I don't remember it.
That was the last item, though, so nothing in Thieves Town. So it'll be interesting to see how Gamma routes this, right? Because he could leave Dig Game and Stumpy and just head north to Skullwood, which it feels like he's doing.
And then does he end his route at Skullwoods, or, you know, it's a, I don't want to call it a bad play, but it's a long play, but he can walk all the way over to Catfish.
Oh boy,
that's a long play.
Yeah, coming out of Skullwoods. No boy. Oh,
boy. I think coming out of Skullwoods. No, like you said, I think Gamma's setting himself up to end the route at Skullwoods.
All right, so there's Gamma's first crystal, which should be not too far behind. In the Thieves Town, that is. We'll see where Gamma takes this. I imagine C-shaped house is next on the agenda because then that will pick up escape. Probably check bumper and then head into Skull Woods.
Yeah, I think getting the cape here, you have to check bumper. Sorry, Gamma, you cannot get away with not checking it.
Is he incentivized to do the front of Skullwoods first? Since he's not going to be coming back out, right? Like he wants to end on Moth.
Yeah, this seems like the kind of thing where you would want to do the front first, which would be time loss for him.
Yeah. Oh, I thought, man, is he going to skip bumper?
For that second, I was convinced he was going left and into Skullwoods. I'd have been like, that is incredibly ballsy.
Especially with the history of Bumper Cave and these two, that would have been a pretty tough sell. They're still missing quite a few things, though, right? We're still missing the bow. We're still missing the mitts. We've got the ice rug. We have no medallions. Mm-hmm. We might not see flute with Meyer being one of our pendants. We're going to need the mirror. We are going to need those boots, too, right? Desert is boots locked. So still missing quite a few things 30 minutes into an open seed. And he is doing the front. So this is actually going to work out really well for Gamma as well.
I wonder if he stops right here because he'll pick up an item right here.
Yeah, I think you just then go back, right? Like I wouldn't want to fall down and search.
You're not falling down. You're going to go to the back looking for the item, which again will work out for him.
Yep. Right. Again, kind of playing the odds here a little bit. I got one.
Yeah. You got one. 3 keys are somewhere not on Moth.
In the front. Yeah. Probably in the front at least.
Yeah, and he'll actually pick up the second item right here.
Yep.
Make it super convenient for him.
I'm really curious about Dig Game Now and Stumpy, just because we haven't seen those from either one of the runners.
Yeah, and I mean, GGW is definitely going to be heading in that direction. So, like, who do you think is actually in the lead at this point? Like, we're 30 minutes in.
I don't know. It's close, right? Like.
Yeah. And like.
I think Gamma might be in the lead, but I guess it depends on what's at Stumpy and what's at Dig Game.
Right, because GW is going to route this all the way down to Hype Cave at minimum.
Right.
Gamma is going to kind of have the decision of.
I think you go Saha Pod, right?
Yeah. And like that's not something that GW is going to have. Like unless he chooses to save and quit out of Hype Cave, which is possible.
Right.
But he's more, he's more tied into a pod play at this point.
So GW with the first to the second crystal, Gamma not far behind, with a million hearts and fighter sword, or excuse me, a master sword. Not going to be a problem here.
Mothula though.
Yeah.
Mothula thing.
Probably going to get rid of those beams though, right? Like.
Yeah, a little surprised, but I mean, with the hammer, I guess you're not like super concerned about that. But...
Yeah, nicely done. All right, so $20 at Dig Game. Not too many digs, could be a lot worse if Gamma ends up just skipping out on that completely.
Yep.
A pod's gonna be the answer, right? Like,
just
bolus pod.
People, there are people who say pendant pod always or whatever the saying goes.
Meme. Yeah, Stumpy nothing.
Gamma's up here, which is he's gonna get the sword and Spike Cave.
Wow, this is a little surprising. Yeah.
Having said that, I am listening to his music, and
yeah, it's great.
Super Mario Odyssey music is
so good,
so damn good.
I know. Whenever I hear this MSU, I'm like, should I play Mario Odyssey again? Because it's such a good game, and the music is so good. All right, GGW going to get his flippers. Does he walk to the pyramid? Maybe.
No. I think he's saving and quitting. Okay. Well, he's definitely not walking to the pyramid now.
He's probably going to follow the flipper checks the same that Gamma did, right? Or does he go Saha?
I wouldn't be surprised if he follows the flippers.
Yeah, it looks like flippers.
Yeah. It's like, once again, we're basically just going to be essentially all tied up.
Yeah, yeah, a little surprised. Skip out Hoboed, right? Come on, GGW, make a play here.
And I think after this, kind of what you said, it's got to be Saha into either Eastern or Pod. Like,
yeah,
you don't just go straight to Pod or whatever.
Yeah, I would hate going into Eastern, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I know your thoughts about Eastern in general. With Kroski's, this is a little different, but you're super less incentivized because one of them could be locked behind the bow, and you know, there's only 3 guaranteed items.
It's also still though pretty hard because, like, you know, if you choose Pod over Eastern and you get immediately bow locked, what do? You know, are you just...
Yeah, that's tough. Without the mirror, it makes it pretty tough. But we're gonna find out what Saha has here first. Maybe this will help us inform our decisions. Maybe there's a glove just sitting here the entire time.
Yeah, this is one of those areas where, like, especially if it's Saha has our answer, where you kind of feel, as a runner, you might feel a little bit bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a Sphere 1 check.
There's some bombs, or $50, and a red mail. So no direction whatsoever. We'll see what Gamma wants to do from here.
I think he's going to go into Eastern.
It's hard to tell because both the routes are exactly the same until he jumps down here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he's going Pod.
He's going Pod. Damn. All right, Gamma. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now Gamma does mimic clip, and he does have a potion. So like, at least on that sense, it makes a lot of sense for him because, you know, even if he is immediately bow locked, he can still just work his way out of it.
Maybe he just goes Pyramid Catfish. No, I'm just kidding. There's no way to do that.
Yeah, in my head, I'm like, how? I'm like, is that a reasonable thing? No.
What's GGW doing though here?
I mean,
this feels like a pyramid play, right?
Yeah, this definitely feels more pyramid than Saha. Well, obviously you're
definitely not doing Saha. You could be doing Pyramid Catfish, just knowing that Gamma hates catfish.
Gamma ain't gonna do stuff like that. Alright, so finally getting some new checks on our runner sides. Pod, giving Gamma, no, he's just going to Pod from here.
Interesting. Okay, that's a one way to route it. What do you think? Immediately bow locked?
No.
Yeah, I think our answer's here.
Yeah, you called it once we saw that it was Pendant Pod. And,
yeah.
Like,
I think, I mean, Gamma is a little bit ahead here, right? But I think I like the way GGW routed it a little bit better. I mean, he's not so far ahead that it's insurmountable, but...
Right. I mean, Gamma still has just done more. Like, if you look at, just
GGW's done more, right?
Not really. I mean,
he did the 2 checks south of VOO.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
and he did Hera
and the Hera checks. Gamma has the Saha check.
Yeah.
On. Okay, so yeah. No, that does make a little sense.
All right, so 2 keys in the front. Are we going to get a 3rd key here? We're guaranteed at least 4 in the front. Yeah, there's another one.
Maybe it's a legendary.
And there's 4 keys. Okay, so just in case you're wondering, the back is in logic, right? Like,
yes, we have.
It's like here's all of the keys. Go to the back.
I mean, again, just leads into the fact that this is probably our answer because, like,
right.
Even if, because just having the answer in the back. Although Gamma's gonna mimic clip here.
Maybe skip the mimics or the bow side and maybe get a bow in the back. I don't know.
I think we're fishing for a big key here.
I guess without the mirror, it just makes everything awkward, right?
Although it'll be interesting to see how he gets to the back from here.
You just hammer and jump down, right? Got Samaria and everything. So everything but the big chest is bow locked. A little bully there a little bit.
So GGW without a potion, although
he did get a potion. Yeah, he refilled his potion. I'm surprised he's spending time. Oh, that was a really fast. Never mind. Never mind.
Dang.
You might be wondering why Gamma's doing this, because we're going to have all the keys, right? But this, without the mirror, just makes your route a little bit cleaner.
Yep.
Unless you do that.
Of course, when you're just bad.
Unless you do that. Yeah. Don't do that.
For as amazing as Gamma is at the game, for whatever reason, this bomb jump right here is like a kryptonite for him.
It's so funny. I mean, look how much time it cost. Yeah. He's back up to where he was. That was pretty rough. All right, so there's a potion. He is going to make up time with this route, though, because he's not going to have to go back and forth. It's just kind of one way around. There's our mitts.
All right.
It's almost like someone predicted that.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
So with these
all right, now you have options, right? Like,
yeah.
Ice Palace is on the table. I think that's probably where you want to head.
That's definitely one of the better plays right now, because maybe you can run into a mirror, a medallion, an ice rod.
Yeah, I mean, it's full clearable crystal dungeon. Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
No, where's Gamma going?
Picking up a potion.
Oh, okay.
Which obviously was indicative of he's going to ice next, but without any sort of, like, he has less than a quarter thing of magic. So
I don't know. Is it? I guess he does need magic. Costly, though.
Definitely costly, yeah. And yeah, to mention chat from Triple Factorial, it's not the red goo that's the issue. It's the magic. The red goo is not going to fill up the magic. He needs the magic for Ice Palace. You know, GGW is going to have to face this issue a little bit, you know, because with how Ice Palace is routed, you know, without half magic, you kind of need almost a full thing of magic going in.
He's got some red goos, though, so I think if worst comes to worst, he can always use his beams.
Yeah. All right, Ice Palace, and we're both in. Fear, how does it feel having a race that isn't already decided?
It's nice, for sure. Of all of the races that I was watching or I've calmed, I don't know if I'd want this one to be as close as it's been, but
that's true. You have a personal stake in this
one.
This one,
sure. Yeah, this one there's a little bit riding with one of the runners here, but it's good that it is close. There just hasn't been a chance for much divergence, right?
No, there really hasn't been.
All right, GGW.
Time to see how runners handle what is definitely not the hardest trick in the game.
Yeah, that one cost them a little bit of time there. Gamma's hitting the switch here. This tells me he's probably not doing iced tea.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't recognize that GW didn't hit the switch, so.
Yeah, so he has to find the big key for sure.
Mm-hmm.
2 items in Ice Palace, right?
What? 3?
Is it 3 or 2?
3.
Okay.
This is what happens when you don't play non-entrant or non-key.
I know. I know. Yep.
Like you
totally.
had to make me think for a second. I'm like
don't even
wait.
know. Okay, bombos, firelock fire. Yeah, jokes for sure.
Yeah, jokes. Good job,
no
everybody.
big key, so can't check that yet.
And that big key is an iced tea room, so Gamma's gonna probably just take the lead here.
Yeah, unless there's something important in that big chest, it's gonna be really fortunate for.
We've seen at least 2 items, I think.
Yeah, the last item might just be on Cold Stare.
Oh god, GGW, be careful.
This is the divergence, though, right? That we kind of need.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, if you're a GGW, do you even go back for the big chest? Because that's a. I mean, he's not going back with the direction he's going.
No, he's going back to the big chest. It's a free check because he didn't hit the switch, so he can just walk right over.
Oh wow, man, things I don't think about.
Gonna find out here at the same time. Oh my god!
Oh my!
All right, game.
Well,
all right.
We were talking as we were in this dungeon about you know what's it like having a close race. It's not close anymore.
No, it's not. That's yeah.
Like that's just game ending.
Sorry for Mike. That was, I think, a
yes.
little loud. I was not expecting Boots to be there. Yeah.
And like, yeah, no, I mean, as much as you want to sit here and be like, oh man, you know, runner A, runner B has a chance, I'm also just going to be realistic about this.
That's huge. It's like huge.
That's just a game-winning play right there.
You know what also is huge is bombos, because they don't have to use a fire rod like that.
That's also true.
wasn't even a consideration as far as magic goes. So
nope.
You're asking me what it was like to combo race where it's not one-sided.
Right.
Wow, that changed.
So for your Taco Bell, how's it going?
Yeah, so I did ask Gamma what his Taco Bell order was. What did he say? He had
it said like soft tacos, right?
It was soft taco supreme. It's pretty vanilla, right? Like
yeah, yeah. And to answer some questions in chat, boots are required. Desert is boot locked.
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Ed's team is not happy right now. I'll tell you that much, because they wanted a chance to, play in a tiebreaker race.
Mm-hmm.
It's not over. I guess something could happen, but man, Gamma. It's going to be a while till Gamma gets back to those boots, and every second that goes by with GGW with those boots means that it's going to be rough for Gamma to make it. And yeah, it's not like these are two of the best runners, so it's not even like Gamma can make up time on execution or anything, right? Like their execution is very, very much equal, and it's just that's a bad sign for Gammachuu.
Like I think for Gamma, like what he needs to have happen here is he needs these boots to probably lock the mirror, because like and even that I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Yeah. All right, so there's our small key. That's going to give us our big key and maybe one item. We still haven't seen anything here in Desert. I didn't really see anything on Hookshot Cave, right? So what are we looking for at this point? We need the bow for Eastern. We need the mirror for Swamp, and we need the ice rod for Turtle Rock.
Because of course we do.
So like an out could be Gamma finds the mirror, maybe does Smith Chain. Oh, there's the flute. Okay. And maybe gets like an ice rod or something. Like get an ice rod where GGW doesn't get it right away.
Yes.
It would be that. All right, so bombos for Turtle Rock as well, which means we don't even need a medallion.
although you wonder, with this flute, again, we're talking purely hypotheticals here with like, what are win conditions here, or how does Gamma get back into this? This flute is boots locked, so.
Yeah, and you see, like GGW got both items out of desert. He could go to the back, but there's no real incentive now that he's got the flute. Like if the flute hadn't shown up, you do the back because the flute could be in, GT. Now he can getting to the back of desert is pretty quick. But he wants to do those Mire Shed checks. That's a 2 quick checks there that gets him to the back of desert.
I guess I'm a little bit surprised on that because like, yes, the mirror is guaranteed to show up, but like we don't know when the mirror is going to show up.
That's true. That is true. The way things are going for GGW though, it's probably just right in Mire Shed or something.
Probably, yeah. Which honestly wouldn't be the worst thing for Gamma, because that would guarantee that Gamma needs to go back to get the boots before he even would have a chance to get the mirror.
Yeah. If Ice Rod, if Ice Rod is here in TR, is that good or bad for GGW?
I think it's fine for GGW. And by that I mean I definitely think GGW is going to do that before some other maybe nasty checks. Like if it's on, like I imagine he's not going to do Smith Chain before Turtle Rock. If we're in that position.
This song is banging, by the way.
Right?
So good. There's just so many good tracks on Mario Odyssey. It's insane. All right, so GGW is going to do these Mire checks. He's not going to go into Mire, right? He's just going to do Mire Shed.
No, I can't imagine.
And then maybe go to Eastern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially with that bow, I think over to Eastern is going to be a good play.
Can't even get in there. Yeah, so that's good. So we're looking for Ice Rod in the mirror, not in Misery Mire. It'd be funny if it's just in the front of Eastern.
That would be pretty funny.
Like not even Bowlock.
And yes, he does still need to finish Desert Roots.
Yeah, he's just waiting for the mirror, right? Like it's guaranteed to come at some point.
Yep.
TR be having the mirror. Is that good or bad?
It'd be very bad for Gamma.
All right, so we're rooting for Gamma, which no one's really rooting for Gamma, right? Like not even his teammates really have anything. They're not rooting for him. They're already in. Yeah, no mirror in TR, right?
Yeah,
that's that you want.
Because that just leads Gamma even farther away from the books. Which at this point we know lock one bow. We still don't have eyes on the second bow. But
yeah. Oh,
there
you go.
And I mean, so that's just worst case scenario for Gamma.
Because it just opens up so much. Is that why? Yeah.
Yep.
That's not Ice Palace.
Exactly. Because like now Gamma's gonna go full clear swamp. K45. This will get him back to K45. Probably does Smith Chain along the way. There's a lot available now. And I'm a little curious because like. That also just opened up Mimic Cave that Gamma has.
Well, he can mirror after this, right? Like if it's not the Ice Rod here on the bridge, he can mirror and do it then.
I feel like he would have been better served had he mirrored immediately. But I don't know. I don't play enough non-entrants at this point to sit here and think, oh yeah, this is the appropriate way to route in a scenario such as this.
Ice Half Magic. All right, so where's the Ice Rod? Where do you think the Ice Rod is? Because if it's mirror lock, that's a required Turtle Rock double dip, right?
Yeah, which that's not terrible for Gamma. I mean, the Ice Rod very much feels like we're going to be finding it in like Mire or something, because of course. Yeah,
GGW making the skip of Eastern Palace Big Key. Oh, there's Mire entrance.
Oh, that's okay.
I mean, Gamma can't even get there. He needs the boots to get to
he needs the boots to get there still. But like, I don't know.
I think
that's a little interesting.
Gamma's got to go back to get the boots, 100%.
Yeah.
This race isn't over, right? Like, there's enough now. I feel like because it feels like unless the ice rod is not mirror locked, and it's along the way for GGW. The double the TR is a double dip required, right? If the ice rod, if the mirror's locking the ice rod, which it feels like it is.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm just I'm looking at Gamma's map tracker, and there's just so much green.
Yeah.
And like all of that green is gonna get cleared out before he gets the boots.
Ice rod's the thing though, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
Where is the ice rod? Because Gamma or GGW just could have left it in Eastern right there, by the way.
He could have. And I mean that would be appropriate for how the seed goes. Like
totally. All right, so where's GGW? He's gonna go up to the mountain next, right?
That's
I feel probably like the biggest. I mean, if Ice Rod is just here, yeah, Gamma's still looking for another bow. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I imagine GGW goes into Turtle Rock, right?
Yeah, because like otherwise your options are Smith Chain, Pyramid Catfish.
Yeah.
I think he has Pyramid Fairy available. He doesn't have it marked on his tracker that Pyramid Fairy is available, but he does have both 5/6.
We're just looking for an ice run.
I think Gamma has to go left side here. There's two. Well, I mean, I haven't been paying attention to how many items he might have been picking up only items so far. So like for him, like left side might be map compass.
Yeah.
But
yep.
I can't.
2 items and the big key.
Okay, yeah. So he hasn't picked up a map or compass to incentivize a left side play. But I feel like once he does get those, there's one. It's really hard to.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess if it's both, maybe.
Maybe.
All right. Well, there's both. So there's 2 items on the left side.
A nice blue potion for GDW.
Where do you think? Just give me a guess. Where do you think the ice rod is?
Well, I said swamp, so I now have to kind of keep to that and say left side.
Okay.
Actually, no, didn't I say Meyer? Shut up, me. I definitely said Meyer.
Meyer? Yeah.
Meyer.
I'm gonna say it's mirror locked. I'm gonna say checkerboard. So kind of in the same vicinity.
Yeah, same area.
All right, so Game hasn't changed his menu yet. I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, he's still missing. He knows he needs the boots. He knows he needs the bow. He's still 3 items away.
Yep.
There's all of his checks are kind of terrible, like Smith Chain. Oh, he's leaving.
All right.
He's got a Bombos tablet.
And now that just becomes like, okay, when Gamma is running out of things to do, does he do left side before our ice bit going through the ice? Like,
yeah,
we'll see.
What stinks about the ice big is he's got to go all the way to ice T to get it, right?
Yep,
that's the problem.
Yep. Gamma, go back to the light world. I want that music again. I'm sorry, but Sand Kingdom is just like the
it's a bop. It's such a bop, yeah. K45 is that command? Oh, now he gets to do the checks that GGW missed out on.
Right.
Or GGW did earlier when he missed out on starting a hype cave.
Yep. Which, I mean, you know, if you do find yourself leaving checks like Stumpy did game, this is exactly how you want to be able to survive.
Yeah, with the mirror. Yep. Nah, K45.
So once GGW picks up the mirror, you know, Swamp becomes the first play. But where does GGW go after Swamp?
Do you follow the Mire area stuff? Do you go check checkerboard Mire? I think with the.
I mean, yes, I think so. Although I would also be tempted to maybe do a pit or a stopover at K45 and even Bombo's Tablet.
Bombo's Tablet, yeah.
At least one of those two things. I mean, maybe even do K45 before you actually dip Swamp to see if you can be like, oh, I can just go mode Swamp if I find the ice or whatever.
Yeah. What sucks for Gamma here is he's going to do the Smith Chain, but he's got no flute. He's got no boots. Mm-hmm. So he's got to save and quit and walk his ass all the way back and forth. You know, it really sucks.
But then what does Gamma do? Because, I mean, at that point, he's going to have...
Graveyard Ledge, Pyramid
Catfish.
And then maybe into... He hasn't seen Hera. There's the tablet up there, too. There's 2 items in Hera. I mean, Hera could be the answer.
That'd be pretty funny, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Do you think GGW mirrors right away when he gets the mirror here and just does Mimic Cave right away? Feels like it's faster, right?
It feels like it's faster, but I also suspect because at this point he would just be Ice Rod for Go mode, he probably does Laser Bridge first. Because if the Ice Rod is just, in his mind, if the Ice Rod is just on Laser Bridge, then
you don't
even bother with it.
Yeah, because he's just Ice Rod from Go mode. Like he's got everything now, just looking for Ice Rod. I wonder if he's incentivized to do left side Swamp. Because once you finish Swamp, you know now you're just
he's got a lot more at his disposal.
Yeah.
And he has since marked Ice as a 5/6, so he does know that he has Pyramid Fairy.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good option too. I wonder if he's kind of thinking about it. Maybe I should have done it before coming up here.
I was like, I'm wondering if maybe that's something that maybe should have crossed his mind first, but he didn't have it marked initially.
Yeah.
Gamma is being efficient with how you're doing this, considering he has to save and quit out of here. He's getting Graveyard Ledge out of the way. And yeah, chat, feel free to get your bet as to where our Ice Rod will be. Star, who is restreaming and tracking, doing double duty, also giving us the option to bet.
Oh, so he's not even going to do Swamp first. He's going to finish off Desert. Maybe do Checkerboard Cave.
He entirely skipped Mimic Cave, by the way, so Meyer...
Oh boy, that's...
And like... That,
more outs for Gammachuu.
Yeah, it's like that opens the door slightly for Gamma if that's where the Ice Rod is.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Mimic Cave
was Quake.
Quake, yeah. Half Magic was on the bridge.
Yeah. Gamma's being fair. Gamma's taking this chess on a journey.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's his only real option without the boots or the flute.
And like,
oh man, that Quake, that's scary.
I mean, that's definitely scary. Because then it becomes, if that becomes the answer, when does GGW go back to
Turtle Rock? Yeah, to go to Meyer. That's rough. Yeah, it's rough. Not Catfish. Maybe GGW does Pyramid Fairy into Swamp instead of Swamp into Pyramid Fairy. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, Swamp into Pyramid Fairy, I think, just is in general more
efficient. I mean, it's more items, but if you go into Swamp, you kind of have to make that decision of. I mean, he's skipping stuff left and right? He left Unit Cave, left Eastern Palace, Big Key.
Yep.
Do you leave left side swamp too? Like how many things do you want to leave open? Now, if it's just here and it's not pure purple chest, if it's just at where I predicted it to be, then GG's. But
true.
I'm not holding my breath here.
I mean, we're running low. Gamma's, effectively cleared out a lot of available options in the overworld.
Yep.
We are realistically going to be down to Helmusar King, Left Side Swamp, Pyramid
Fairy,
and Hera. And Hera, which, I mean, Gamma's going to see Hera right now. Oh, yeah, and
there's still a lot of stuff. It's ridiculous how much stuff is still out there. Yeah.
I'm sitting here. Oh yeah, no, there's not much left. Yeah, shut up. There's still plenty left. There's still plenty left.
Yeah. Like I don't know when GGW's gonna go up to Meyer. I mean, the Smith stuff is gonna be a little bit faster with him with the flute and the boots and everything.
Yep.
So we'll get that stuff done. I think you do Swamp into Pyramid Fairy. I think he's probably gonna leave the 2 items in Left Side Swamp.
I agree. At an answer chat, boots are in Ice Palace big chest. Gamma's routing in Ice Palace meant he didn't get the big key and thus missed out. Alternatively, Gamma has the Quake medallion for a potential pendant Meyer play that was in Mimic Cave that GGW said no to. We have 1 item, so we're just gonna hope that.
Yeah, get a bump. You got 2 checks up here without the big key. All right, so we've seen everything that GGW is going to do here in Swamp.
Yep, so little focus on Gamma to see. Oh, there's our second item right there.
Yeah. No, pedestals, pedestal.
I mean, unless he checked it, it's not pedestal. It's technically
no, it's not. I mean, he's saying it's dead.
Yeah, he's saying
it's dead. Yeah. All right, so is he going to go Left Side Swamp here? Look at his track. He doesn't have much. He's got Pyramid or...
This is... Pyramid.
I mean, I think he's going to be forced back into Ice sooner rather than later. Mm-hmm. I don't think he checked his Swipe 6. No. I thought about it.
I think he thought he had 5/6 and then recognized that he didn't.
So this isn't even like into pod play because we still don't have that bow, which is locked by the boots.
I mean, I'm just impressed that this hasn't, like, the boots haven't been a death sentence yet for Gamma.
Yeah. I mean, he is down Eastern Desert.
Yeah, but those are quick.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess it's not quick in the sense that, once GGW finds the ice rod, it just, boom. Like,
right, yeah. But there's a bunch of checks that Gamma's done that GGW hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So once he finds those boots, he's going to get his bow pretty quickly, go to Desert, finish off Eastern.
So this is Gamma.
This is Swamp.
Upside Swamp, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like, if the ice rod is here, that's pretty damn good for him.
Yes, unless GGW goes right back in.
Yeah, which I would be a little surprised.
Yeah.
But again, these 2 runners have surprised me throughout the seed. Chat saying Ice Rod and Meyer is Gamma's best option. I mean, it is one of his better options, but I also wouldn't, like, I think it's pretty good if it's here on left side. Because it's not like Gamma has a whole lot left to gatekeep out of his boots. Pyramid Fairy. This is
one of these runners is going to skip it for sure. let's be honest. One of them is going to skip it.
Yeah.
And whoever skips it is the loser. It's just where is it?
Yeah. All right.
It'd be funny if so Gamma goes ice after this, right? Gets his boots, gets his bow, goes Eastern, and then he skips Eastern Palace Big Key Chest.
I don't think you can at that point.
Yeah, I guess
what would he even have?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
I mean, he would have Mire because he gets his boots. He's gonna go finish Desert because Desert's 2 items. He probably does that first.
Oh, there it is.
Just Pyramid Fairy.
All right. God, I was stressed out there for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, Quake freaked me out big time. Yeah, Quake freaked me out big time.
Yeah. All right, so that is go mode for GGW as he shoots a couple of arrows.
Yeah.
Trying to think that was a soak shot. So
man, GGW with the hard carry of this team. I lost round 1. Shireen lost round 2 to Gamma. And then I think Ravis lost round either 2 or 3, and GGW just with the hard carry, having to face really tough runners. Like his run was not free. This bracket, the group that we were in, it was really tough, and GGW's played like champ.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes you get the one runner who's able to be like, I can beat everybody. Yeah. I think Power to Mario did it in the other division as well. Like, it just carried his team across the finish line, and then here's GGW, and I get to reap the benefits of it. Like, I played week 1, and I haven't played the game since, so I get to let the team down next round. Yep. So GGW is, by the way, online for another. What, at worst 120?
Yeah.
Essentially?
Yeah.
Which, that's insane.
He could have done Pyramid Fairy before going up to the mountain.
Could have done... True. Very true.
Maybe if you marked him. But to be fair, Pyramid Fairy over the mountain is pretty tough. Like, you have all of Turtle Rock, and you've got, Super Bunny and all that stuff. That's pretty tough.
Can I just say, Gamma is here in Ice Palace. He still hasn't stepped foot into Eastern.
I think it's one of those thoughts of just like, if Eastern is the answer, there's no way. I just like, I'm never doing Eastern. So why? Goodbye, Quake. That was just a tease.
That was definitely scary.
For sure. It really felt like that was going to be the answer, because we were running out of stuff to do. Like, it was winding down. But here we go through Turtle Rock. Just has to kill. I mean, he's got half magic, red mail, 11 hearts. The only thing that we don't have is silvers, but at this point, who cares?
Yep.
And the way things are going, the other bow is probably just in GT.
Seems likely. Welcome everyone from Mr. Ed. Thank you for the raid. This is an open race for the Survival Hyrule series between Gamma and GGW. Gamma is about to be very, 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 very sad because he's going to realize that he skipped his boots here in Ice Big Chest, which locked everything.
It locked
else.
The ice rod, yeah. Locked the ice rod.
Locked the ice rod, locked the bow.
Like the bow, yeah, the other bow, yeah.
Meanwhile, GGW finishing up crystal number 7, and we'll basically just be able to go to GT right after this.
And there's his boots. So Gamma's going to get ice cream to console himself. Where's your go-to ice cream spot?
Ooh, go-to ice cream spot. I don't... You think living in a desert I would have a go-to ice cream spot? I really don't. I do really like Haagen-Dazs ice cream, though.
Okay.
So Haagen-Dazs has like a really good chocolate bar, like a dark chocolate bar. That's a really good ice cream bar.
Yeah. I like soft serve. I like Dairy Queen does it right. You know, a good Blizzard, a Butterfinger Blizzard, I feel like is like primo.
That's fair.
What is Gamma like? I'm trying to think what kind of ice cream. I know he doesn't like nuts in his ice cream, which is just bananas, right? Like you gotta have like a sundae with like hot fudge and nuts. So good. GGW, I imagine, likes like a Neapolitan, right? Like he wants a little bit of all the flavors of the world. Strawberry, vanilla, chocolate.
Yeah, I think GGW strikes me as a Neapolitan kind of guy.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right, so we're gonna go. It looks like the DM Strout's gonna go to Stavos.
Yep.
And then head right. Oh, and there it is. Yeah.
Not even checking.
Yeah. if you listen to GGW, any race that GGW's in, no matter what, he always thinks he's way behind. Always. Yeah. It's one of my favorite things about it. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty free climb. He's got a blue and 2 reds and half magic, and you know, again, one of the top executors in all of Rando. So he did just run out of arrows, though. Yeah.
I mean, that's not something you really think about at this point in the season, is your arrow situation. Yeah. But like, if for whatever reason you despawn those arrows, I feel like you just mirror out. He has a shovel. You just dig until arrows appear.
I mean, we saw a Vassy Mimic clip though, right? Like,
oh my god, that was insane.
Yeah.
Scamma's gonna get his bow. Probably.
And, yeah, I'm surprised you don't have a ice cream spot being in Vegas. It feels like you're in a desert, so you would need a decent ice cream spot to hit. And plus, Vegas has just got so many different options, right?
Yeah, I think the reality is I'm not the biggest ice cream person.
Okay.
And plus, like I have been working on my diet a little bit. I actually haven't had ice cream yet this year.
Yeah, so, like, I'm the same way. Yep. I love those Butterfinger Blizzards, but man, I haven't had one in the calendar year, and it's like talking about it getting me a little excited. Maybe I can have a little treat for Father's Day, right?
There you go. See, a treat to a Gamma loss.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right, so Gamma, this is just a check Mireshed.
Gonna finish off
desert, and then head straight to Eastern. You know, probably do Pyramid Fairy at that point, but at that point GGW is just done.
So. Yeah, the race is over at that point.
Like, we can talk all about what Gamma is going to do. He's not, because GGW will be done by then.
Yeah. What about tacos? Is there a good taco spot besides Taco Bell that you go to?
Oh my god, yeah. Like living in Vegas, I mean, in general, you live in the Southwest, you're usually blessed with some halfway decent like Mexican food. I would say I don't want to sit here and say there's a place called Tacos El Gordo here. You know, that's a pretty nice staple here in Vegas. I don't know if it's a place outside of Vegas, but
probably just local.
Yeah, like that's a really good, you know, late night taco place.
Yeah. Tacos are just the best. They're like good at any time, right? You can have a breakfast taco. You can have them for lunch. You can have them for dinner. You have them late night after you've had too much to drink.
I mean, you could say that for almost like a lot of like Mexican food. Like a breakfast burrito is like S tier.
Yeah. For 100%, 100%. We got this place called F and Egg.
That's a great name.
It's a great name. It's mostly, I want to say, in the Southwest, but we got one of the first stores here in Washington, and they have breakfast tacos that are just to die for. To die for. They're so good.
All right, bringing it back slightly to the race for a little bit. GW is on Agatu did not pick up any silver arrows at all.
He didn't open anything. He was not looking for them at all.
He did open the post World War II check. Got a map for his troubles.
Man, these patterns are pretty terrible, though.
Yeah, this has been ugly.
Nice triple, though.
Nice triple there.
But that's how bad it was. Triple on like the 5th time, and it still wasn't done. Yeah. All right, Gamma gonna get his second item out of desert. Meanwhile, GGW's gonna kill the pig. So I'm just trying to think of the seed. If you kind of follow the pattern, right? That once we got into Ice Palace, they're both in Ice Palace at the same time. The race split when the GGW did the big chest, with the big key being in Ice Tea. If you just do Pyramid Fairy before you're going up to the mountain to do, TR checks, the seed's even that much freer, right?
Like even better. It's like you wonder if that's something that's weighing on GW's mind.
Yeah.
Recognize that he could have done Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, didn't have to double dip TR for sure. Yeah. All right, on to phase 3. And no silvers means Eastern Palace. Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. Someone in chat who's like us, he's going to say Eastern.
That is hilarious. Both of them ended up skipping it, right? Like,
yep.
All right, so we're just 12 spins away from GGW carrying his luck sack of a team to the next round of Survivors of Hyrule.
Nothing luck sack about that.
Our team name has something to do with being lucky.
I was like, give yourself more credit than that.
Yeah. All right, almost done here. There it is. Get your GGs and ice cream and tacos and chat for GGW and the team of lucky people who's ready to cross the bridge and carry his team into the next round of Survivors of Hyrule here.
Absolutely crushing Gamma.
And Gamma's not even going to get that other bow
either.
He's not
gonna,
Yeah.
All right, and he sees the dot done and.
Yep. Get your GGs in chat for Gammachuu, who loses, but really had nothing to play for.
Yeah,
his team's already in. His team's in.
This was entirely an optional victory for Gamma, and he's like, I don't need to take the option.
Yeah.
What this does mean, I believe, is that Mr. Ed's team is eliminated as a result.
Yep.
Your team, Gamma's team, are the two teams from this division that move on to top 8.
Really, really tough division.
Yeah. We'll see if we can get our runners in here for a chat. Because I'd be curious to see how the mindset of the runners. I mean, I know what Gamma's going to say, boo, but
yeah.
Curious to see how this goes.
All right.
Joined by Gamma. GG's, Gamma.
Hello. GG's.
This was kind of just an unfortunate.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we want to say unfortunate. It just happened that you didn't go to the right spot.
I mean, the I told myself was reasonable.
I told myself I'm gonna play a little aggressive, just a little bit, and
there wasn't a lot to be aggressive with, right? Like
I know
was pretty
there wasn't, and of course that one skip I decided to do. I take the gamble because I think, I think this is something GW would gamble too. I don't know. I hit the switch. And I was like, I don't really want to get that chest. It's like, big key and big chest like garbage. And like,
once you hit the switch, we knew pretty much you're not going to Ice Tea. Like that, there's no reason to hit the switch and go to Ice Tea. We are joined by today's winner. How is your back? Okay, just want to make sure as you carried the Steve through the entirety of the first round here. How you feeling?
I mean, I don't know. I was a little nervous, but yeah, feels nice to win.
So you guys both missed out on a bow just sitting there in Eastern, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that on Ganon text. I was like, oh,
there's a bow here.
Yeah, in the big key chest.
Oh, cool. I was gonna skip that.
Yeah, we figured.
I mean, I skipped the boots, so I was like, I don't know. There's nothing for me left to lose because I was immediately gonna go to Mary after this.
Yeah, the seed up until Ice Palace was you guys were like neck and neck. Like you guys routed things a little bit differently, but you all both ended up in Ice Palace at the exact same time. The difference was GGW chose the full clear at Gamma. You hit the switch, skipped Ice T.
Wait, oh, you hit the switch early on?
Yeah, because I got an item, so I'm like, if I get the other two, I'm just gonna.
Okay. I mean, that's not unreasonable.
And then the big key is an Ice T. I'm like, I'm not gonna go get that and backtrack over. That's just terrible.
Yeah.
I'll just take the gamble.
Yeah.
And then it was an Ice Rod hunt, and we were scared. Well, I was scared because Quake was in Mimic Cave, and we were running out of locations, and we're like, oh no, is it gonna be in Mire? Yeah.
I kind of thought it was gonna be in Mire because why else would the seed give you the flute? Like it just felt so random to be there where it was. It was like, okay, there's probably something in the Mire area.
Yeah, flute wasn't needed. Quake wasn't needed.
Yep. When you went up the mountain, I noted because you have your full stream open. You didn't have both 5-6 crystals marked. GW, was that like I remembered that I have both 5-6? Like, was there any incentive or any decision to maybe try to do Pyramid Fairy before going up the mountain?
I don't remember exactly what point I remembered that I probably had the 5-6 crystals. I just forgot to mark it early on, but then I kind of remembered it was probably one of the crystals that I already had. But I don't know. I don't see myself doing Pyramid Fairy before going up the mountain because it's only 4 checks if you go all the way to Catfish. So it's kind of like there's just not enough checks there to really be worth it.
That's fair.
But it would have worked out really well, I guess.
For Gamma, yeah.
Go ahead, Fear. Sorry.
For you, Gamma. After Ice Palace, how were you feeling? Like you go up to TR, you get the mirror. When did it kind of hit? Like, oh, this is not going well.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I felt like that was okay. I didn't feel bad when I hit the.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is when did you start to feel like, oh no, things aren't going well?
Oh, when I last located Ice Palace. Well, close to it. I felt okay. I'm like, I don't think this is terrible. Skipping left side even didn't feel terrible. I'm like, I have all these mirror checks and I haven't done Smith chain. So I was like, I'll just go loop over here. Because I know he would probably skip it. And I don't know. Just until I was never going to go Eastern. That was just never an option. I always write off Eastern immediately. As soon as I get Dark World access, it's dead to me until I get a bow or I have nothing else left in the game.
Fair.
Yeah, so once I picked up the boots, I'm okay. Well, I'm just looking at race time. Did he make the skip too? I don't know, because GGW tends to also make the gambles, but of course he didn't make this gamble here. So it's like,
it wasn't really much of a gamble because it took like 15 seconds for me to check.
Well, I mean, because you hit the switch, so you had to get the big key.
I had to get the big key.
You didn't hit the switch, then there's that. Yeah, I always hit the switch if I get an item first chest. And if the big key's there, depending on my opponent, I'll clear it. I'm not going to clear it against GGW. I'm like, no, I feel like he skips it if he also hits it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's better to hit the switch in that scenario or not, but it makes sense because it sucks when you get the big key in Ice Tea Room.
And that's really like the only time it really punishes you, I would think, is if the ice big is in Ice Tea Room, which in this case it was. But you guys both put on, an excellent race in terms of execution, in terms of early decision making. It was a very close race up until that
neck and neck. I thought I was going to get a close race for once, and it was for a while.
It was unfortunate because that's when I poked fun at Fear. Be like, Fear, what's it like commentating a close race as you guys are in Ice Palace?
At least I kind of figured we'd be kind of close throughout the seed. Yeah, I mean, I don't regret my decision. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time it works out, right? Like you both routed Skullwoods differently, but in a way that it's like I'm going to play the odds and skip out on something, right? Like neither one of you checked underneath the bridge, but Gamma, you already got both items, so that didn't really matter.
I was absolutely gonna skip Bumper Cave because I was routing Thief into Skullwoods. And then the last check on right before making my Skullwoods as a cape, I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding?
You had to. You could
I
not look
can't.
at Bumper Cave with that
Like
cape.
if that's a myth, I'm like, I don't have the myth. It's like I have to do this. Of course it was nothing.
Well, GG's.
Yeah. GG's, GGW, carrying your team. I'm
fine.
sure
I'm gonna lose in the first round.
Yeah.
Take a nice little break.
Hopefully another open.
Yeah.
This one was fun. I had fun. I'm sure you did too.
Yeah, it was all right.
Thanks, Wally and Fear for doing commentary, and Star for doing the restream and tracking too, I believe. Yeah. And GG's again. We'll hopefully be looking forward to racing you again, GGW.
Yeah. When does neither of you know like?
I don't know anything.
Okay. Yeah.
I think there's one more division that still needs like another week to wrap up.
Okay.
So I think by the end of next week, I think everyone should be.
Is it
we
just
should
like
we should have
random?
the 8 teams. Moogle, we're wondering when
what happens next? What happens next? So teams will be playing each other, and then it's a little bit different. You, as a team, you veto 2 modes, I think, and then you send out a runner blind based on the mode, and then you just have to survive. So
fair.
It won't be you won't get matched up the way this was. You get to pick who your runner is, going into the week, knowing who one of the 4 opponents and knowing the mode. So
and Moogle saying that there will be at least one more week for tiebreakers in order to get our last team in. So
yeah, I think it's Gilgamesh versus Telmaran. Yeah. So yeah, GG's, and I think that's going to do it. Gamma, good luck going forward. GGW, thanks for carrying. Wally, thanks for doing this. Really, really appreciate it.
Of course, man. I'll always love commentating with you.
For sure.
And
we'll hand it over to Star, right?
Yeah, I was like, be sure to give Fear and all these runners a follow too. And yeah, Star, I'll let you take it away.
All right, then. GG's to both of our runners here, Gamma and GGW. Thank you to Fear and Walkix for doing the comms as well here, and thanks to everyone in the chat for watching. Let's see, coming up ahead on the ZSR schedule, we currently have over on ZSR2 a Twilight Princess 90% tournament match, a redemption bracket, winners bracket round 1 match between Jack Clayton versus the Prince of None. We've got coming up, and then it'll be it for today. We've got a relatively quiet week at the moment. Not a lot of tournaments going on. The next Survivors of Hyrule match, really, as mentioned, there's not a lot left here in the Rumble stage, so keep an eye out for when the last matches go up on the schedule. We'll try to see if we can get those restreamed, and then we'll have more Twilight Princess matches coming up throughout the week. The next one for that is coming up on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. But for the moment, that's it here for us. Thank you for watching, everyone, and let's go see how that Twilight Princess race is going.